Joins us. Good morning, Vice Admiral.
Good morning, McGraw. Good to be with you.
What are these 4,000 troops going to do in Afghanistan?
They're going to train, advise, and assist the Afghan army to be successful in their efforts against the Taliban and other radical Islamist movements.
So why is it they've been doing this now for 16 years? What can these 4,000 troops going to do that the other troops couldn't do?
That's a great question. And two things. I think it's not just what they can do, although what they're going to do is focus down to the company level of train, advise, and assist, which we've not previously done. So I think that's important. Number two, I think the president made it very clear we're going to focus on that safe haven in Pakistan of the federally administered tribal area, which has been a safe haven for all these guys. So I think those two things are real game changers. And I was very glad to see the president not put any timelines, but be driven by results. So I think we're going to have to watch and see how quickly those results can be brought to bear. But you asked the million-dollar question: what's different? How is this going to change what we've been doing for 16 years? And I think two things. I think one, this commitment where you had your previous administration ready to completely pull out of the Middle East, as we saw we did in Iraq at the end of 2010. So reaffirmment of that commitment, these new troops that focus down to the company levels, that's going to be a very strong message, and I think drive very compelling results.
This, even though President Trump says it's not nation building, it's a form of nation building, is it not?
Well, no. Nation building means you're building courthouses, you're building judges, we're building roads, we're helping with hospitals. This is support of the military to ensure the Afghan army can do the fight and win the war they're in. So no, this is not nation building in that sense. This is much more specific and focused on the military solution to drive a political solution.
The British, the Russians, the Americans, doesn't seem like anybody can truly get a handle on Afghanistan. Why do we think this is going to work now where all the others have failed?
Well, I think the Russians is an entirely different situation, and so I wouldn't want to drive any analogies. But I think this new focus, this new commitment is much different than we've seen from the previous administration over many years. So I think reinforce that. And you look, your Department of Defense with Secretary Mattis, your experience and your understanding of the problem. You have Joe Dunlap, the chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff. Those two guys who understand this problem and the history when we first went into Afghanistan together in 2001 is what's going to make the difference here.
Vice Admiral Robert Harwood, last question for you, and that is this. Donald Trump has said that he wanted all the troops out. He campaigned on it. He tweeted about it. But now that he's in the Oval Office, he's done the exact opposite. It sounds like Bush, Obama, and Trump are listening to their military advisors when it comes to this.
Well, I would say that's a true statement, but I don't think they listen just to their military advisors. He listens to his whole cabinet. What's the director of the Central Intelligence Agency telling him? What's Secretary of State? So I think he's listening to everyone, forming his own opinion on the information he's getting. And in this case, I think he's come up with the best decision possible.
Vice Admiral Robert Harwood, ABC News military analyst all the way from Abu Dhabi. Sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you, McGraw. Good talking to you.
All right, we'll talk to you next time. 7:40 here, Big 550.